Hi there. So I thought I'd show you what a pretty good post looks like to a discussion forum that we have throughout the quarter. This is a response to a reading we did on plagiarism, which is probably not what you think it is. We'll get to that later in the quarter here. But the student here, whom I've cleverly named John Doe, discusses the reading and answers the questions really in kind of a conversational sort of voice. He talks about his own experiences, makes sense of the ideas, and doesn't just answer the questions one, two, three, four. So it might be smart for you to pause here for a second, read it yourself, and then we'll come back and take a quick look at a couple of things. Okay, so perhaps you have paused and read it. What you might notice is that in his discussion, he makes a connection with his own experience, uh, talks about how it means something to him. It's about 200 words long. Yeah, that's pretty good. You can do that relatively quickly. Let me show you another pretty good response here. This one's a little harder to read. Maybe the text is smaller. This one's about 300 words, and it answers the questions one, two, three, four, but it takes some time to respond to each of the questions a little bit thoughtfully, make sense of it, and doesn't just answer the questions and done with it, but pauses. Okay, asks itself, what's the purpose of this question and what is it I want to say about it? And then this person goes ahead and does it. So you can pause for a second and read this. Okay. I'm going to show you a response to this as well. This is a pretty good response. I ask people to respond to at least two posts of other students, and the responses need to be more than just "I agree" or "You're right" or "That's cool." But take a second, read, and say, "Okay, what do I think about that? What this person has said?" And this person, Matthew Matthews, writes, "That's great that your school is good about making students aware of the importance of plagiarism. Schools I went to mentioned it as soon as we were old enough to start using quotations, but even high school wasn't stressed as much as I've seen in college. One of the things that I still struggle with is finding the right balance between using my own ideas, using paraphrase, and using direct quotes." So this student has taken a second, responded to an idea or two that the original student posted, and then drew a connection with whatever he was experiencing himself. It may seem obvious, and yet I get an awful lot that look like this. And this isn't even all that bad. It's got a few words to it, but I've seen many posts which are very short. Just answer the question, get done, and be out of here. So, for example, question number 3, Sam Smith writes, "I think the wording is much different. Any information provided is fit into the citations." Okay, that's all you get. Look at this answer 3. Multiple sources I use instead of just one. Direct quotes, paraphrase, and summaries are all attributed to the original authors in the revised version, and the sources are cohesively linked together by the student to support original arguments and claim. The paragraph actually contains more information and clarity, and it flows better. So that's this person's answer to question 3 versus this person's answer to question 3. Go up to the top, and this one says, "The revised example at the end is changed by better sticking to actually discuss the material with additional sources as opposed to simply reviewing one source. Additionally, this means that the writer is also given more of their own ideas to shape in their writings instead of relying on the ideas of their sources." So that's that person's answer to question 3 woven into his own paragraph. So you can see that what we're looking for is don't just answer the questions, but pause for a second, use the question to think about what's being got at, and then offer your thoughts. You don't have to be profound or anything, but just take 1 second to make sense of what it is going on and show us you know what you're talking about. Okay, look forward to seeing what you come up with.